Okay, today's project is a little painting of a gray horse. This little horse I photographed in our travels. So we were driving in Idaho. Came across this pretty little horse. Let me show you. There's a picture of him up on my laptop. So it's just going to be a small head portrait of a horse. And these are the materials I'm using today. I'm working in water-soluble oils. This is the Cobra oil paint, which I really like. It's one of the softer water solubles. I've got a container of water here. I've got my Q-tips, which I use all the time. Got a little bottle of Daniel Smith water-soluble linseed oil that I may or may not use. This is the paint. I'm working on with a really limited palette. This is ultramarine blue, burnt sienna, and yellow ochre. So I've got a blue, a red, and a yellow, and I'm going to add another blue for variation because I like the warm turquoisey colors in the shadows in this one. And this is called turquoise blue, a color I really like. And there's my big tube of titanium white. Now, if you're wondering what the little squishy marks are on the paint tubes, this is my tube ringer, which will help you. If you don't have one, you really should get one. It helps you get every last little bit of paint out of the tube, and it's well worth the investment. It's not that expensive. And I've got a palette knife for mixing my paint. So let's get started. Oh, my brushes. The brushes I'm using, I've got Robert Simmons Filberts. This is a 6, a 4, I've got a 2 and a 1. And they are a bristle brush. I like the Robert Simmons. This is a softer brush. This one happens to be a Winsor Newton University Gold Flat, and that one is an HJ. Very similar brushes. And then this one is also a softer brush, a Princeton brush that I like. It's a little softer than those. I'm just trying this one out and kind of like it. So I've got my little for detailed work, just for the eyes and things like that. HJ Series 970, I like to use these for detail. Just a little synthetic brush in a round shape. So I've got a paper towel. This is my strip palette. And let's get started mixing some colors. We're going to need a dark. So rather than use a black, I like to use a mixture of ultramarine blue and burnt sienna because it gives you a nice rich color that is dark as a black, and you've got lots of opportunity to create variations by adding a little more blue or a little more of the burnt sienna. So if we mix the two together with just a little more blue than the burnt sienna, we're going to end up with a really nice dark. This one's still hinting a little towards brown. So let's keep that one aside because I might want one that's a little more towards brown. And then I'll add a little more blue. And now it's getting to be a fairly true black. And let's make another variation where it's just a little more blue. Just nice to have some variations. And this will give you a black that is sort of semi-transparent, which makes it really nice for the under layers you're painting. Keeping a little bit of transparent layers in the base coat just makes it look a little nicer. So that's our color mixtures. In the next video, we'll start on the painting.